Hello and welcome to another video from oorail. In this video we're going to be giving you guys a quick look at what you can expect on the channel in 2016. So first of all we're going to talk about what we're planning to do in terms of layout updates. Now layout updates have been a little sporadic, usually because this layout is so big. I either forget what I've done or I don't always have enough time to get significant progress done on it. So this year what we're going to do instead is I've broken the layout down into several sections, and I've named each section, and it's sort of like now kind of a amalgamation of several small layouts all combined to be this large oorail layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of focus on certain areas. So like this week I've been focusing on the Bath Garden section. Next week I might work on Chippenham Junction, or I might work on this section here. So the idea is that every week I'll have some kind of layout update, whether it's small or long. There'll be some kind of update, and that'll hopefully get me maybe a little bit more progress going with the layout as well. And then once a month I'll kind of just do kind of a roundup sort of recap of what's been done, and maybe have some sort of useful addition to it as well. So in terms of our programming segments, we're going to continue with the Workshop Wednesdays. There'll be one out later today. We're also going to continue with the last week of Model Railways. It takes a couple of hours to put that together, even if you do a lot of the work during the week. So I thought I could do it on a Sunday night, but it turned out that kind of messed up the scheduling a little bit. So what I've done is I've decided just to go back to doing it on Fridays. That seemed to give me the most flexibility in getting it done. So so starting this week we'll do the next last week of Model Railways, and it'll just basically carry over from what's happened in the last week. Over the weekend I'll do a kind of a holiday recap version, so anything that we've missed since the last week of Model Railways video, which I think was like 3 weeks ago, will be picked up in that. I may have to thin it out a little bit. There's quite a lot of videos, so a lot of you guys are putting out really good videos, and quite a lot of them, so we may be picking out maybe the best each week rather than every video, but we'll try to get as much covered as we can. I'm adding a new segment, and it's going to be done on Thursdays, and starting this week, and it's basically a tech Thursdays segment. And what we're going to be doing is working with this Arduino product. Now, this is an Arduino EMU or 3, and it's basically a microcontroller. And we'll be working with some other products as well, like Pickaxe and the Arduino Mega and some other projects. But basically what the microcontroller is it allows you to take inputs and outputs and tie them into some electronics, and then allows you to use software on the microcontroller to basically do something with that data. So whether it's you're taking data in or you're outputting data, and it allows you to sort of tie it together and basically do something with it. So you could use this for train detection, you can use it for managing lighting, you can use it for managing signals, you could do it for automating stuff. A lot of times the code that we might prototype with this, we might burn into a Pickaxe because it's a lot cheaper. So we'll show you the process with that, as well as with writing the code. We're going to be putting all of the code that I write, as well as any sort of useful information. We're going to be putting that up on GitHub. So there's a GitHub page for oorail. I think it's github.com/oorail. There's no code up there yet, but as we go through each video, we'll be uploading the code there as well on a weekly basis. So this week we'll just be doing sort of an introduction, but if you guys ever wanted to get into this sort of stuff and use it for all sorts of automation and sort of cool stuff on the layout, this is going to be the segment for you. I do know that there's like a JMRA or something like that. There's like a Java project out there that's been around for years that does DCC control and other sort of automated control of mile railway. I took a look at the code and I thought I was going to maybe try to incorporate that and sort of contribute to it, but it's a really big mess. It's a huge project, and the code quality, because it's written by so many amateur folks, it's sort of not always the best. And I'm not a particular fan of Java either. So what we're going to do instead is basically write cleaner, smaller functional code that you can pick up and use with these Arduino products. I'll probably do some stuff with Raspberry Pi if people want me to. Just put in the comments on the tech show and let me know what you think. But this is going to be a big project throughout 2016. Some of the stuff that we're going to be using with it are, we have this kind of new wiring. Instead of it being PVC based, it's silicone based. It's really cheap. You can get it from Adafruit. And we're going to be using this and a lot of DMUs, replacing all the wiring in the APT with it. Basically, it's so thin and has such a high current and voltage kind of rating, and it's so easy to work with. It's just fantastic stuff. So we're going to be using that quite a bit. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with LEDs. So, for example, there's a lot of LEDs you can buy now for kind of wearable computing and sort of this sort of bling clothing, I guess, with the LEDs. There's a lot of that on Adafruit, and I think they have a whole product. I think it's called Flora, maybe. But the nice thing with their LEDs here is that the LED and the resistor are all kind of in this kind of compact package, and you just have to solder the prongs together. And it's very, very easy to work with, and it's great for building very small signals and custom stuff. So we'll be showing you how to do that throughout 2016 as well. Here's an example of some more of their wearable computing products. This is sort of NeoPixels, and it can be used for a variety of different things. But you can use these and control these from the Arduino. In addition to that, we're going to be doing some stuff with RFID tags. So here's one RFID tag. It's kind of a sticker form. There's another form I have as well. I can't put my hands on right this second. That's sort of a kind of a badge type thing. It's sort of a small circle. I do have one here somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's gone. Oh, here it is. Like this. And so just to put into perspective, something like this could be hidden inside these locos very easily. You can glue them, stick them to the roof, stick them to the side, stick them underneath. Now these things are very cheap. These and they're made of plastic, and they're passive, so there's no power required for them. You just have to get them within about 10 to 20 centimeters of the scanner. And if you put enough power through the scanner, you can probably get a little further away as well. So, so you have this kind, which you could be used with a loco, or this kind, which you can be used with a loco. And I've seen some people do this before, but we're going to be using them for basically for train detection in a couple of places. And one of the reasons I'm using the RFID tags for train detection is I have another project that I've been working on for quite a while, and it's basically a way to basically replace DCC sound. So DCC sound is very expensive. You need a decoder, you need microphone or a speaker, and you need the sound decoder, obviously. The biggest problem with it is it's very tinny. Even the TTS sound, well, it sounds okay. It is really, really tinny, and so it's not the best kind of sort of a quality speaker you can get, especially when you have really good stereo systems out there. And mainly the reason for that is that the sound is really kind of compressed into the logo. So what we've done is we've come up with a way to use the RFID tags in the locos to basically detect the direction and the type of loco and which track it's on and so on, and basically feed that information into a sort of a ambient sound system. So what you do is you basically put the speakers under the layout and above the layout, and as the train goes through, it moves the sound from one set of speakers to the other and adjusts the sound in such a way that it basically makes it sound like the train's moving through. Now the cool thing with this system is you can add that sound to other sounds that the system's already pushing through. So for example, if you're viewing your layout in front of a town scene, you can have town sort of noises being pushed through at various different noise levels, and then as different locos go through the scene, you can have the various noises associated with those locos get triggered. And so the cool thing is it makes it very, very cheap per loco, and the sort of sound system setup in itself, the cost will vary depending on the size of your layout. Obviously something like my layout, it's going to probably cost a small fortune in speakers, but if you have like a small layout like a couple other folks have, where you get like a 10-foot long one or something like that, you only need a couple of pairs of speakers. So for the cost of probably one sound decoder, you can build a system that allows you to basically do sound on hundreds of logos. So we'll be working on that during 2016 as well. So other things that I have coming up, we'll be doing a lot of work with the Malroy's scenery.com products. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to build. I've actually got tons of stuff I need to build, so I'll be working on those over the next couple of weeks. We'll be taking a look at some Oxford diecast Oxford diecast and Oxford rail products. So we'll be looking at the Oxford rail wagons and so on. We're also going to be doing probably once a month, looking at some of these road vehicles. I know I kind of neglected the road vehicles for a while, and I have a ton of these sitting in boxes. So for example, there's another one, and so I got these basically to populate things like car parks and roads and stuff like that. So we'll be looking at a lot of these and probably getting a couple in every month, and so that's what we're going to be doing on that for 2016. Other things coming in, loco wise, you have to look forward to the APTE. I've got that fully paid, so that will be coming sometime in the next month or two. We have the Bachmann, I think it is, H2 Atlantic. We have a couple of King class locos. We've got the Class 71, both from Hornby as well as from DJM. What else we have? We've got probably the Class 74 that might actually get produced this year. We have the O2 Tango from Heljan on order. I think we have the Bachmann HST barrier coaches on order as well. We have a couple of K3 locos on order, and we also have the Class 122 and 121 bubble cars from Dapol. I think one of those is a limited edition from Hattons. We've had those on pre-order for a while. The Class 68, so I've got 2 of those on pre-order, so we'll see those as well in the layout. I'm trying to think what else I have on order. I think we have a couple of locos from Hornby as well. They're obviously, so they're Class 71. I think we'll probably take a look at their it's the Q6 loco as well, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on those and probably get some of those in as well. Point motors. My dad got me a whole bunch of point motors for Christmas, so those will be going in on the layout. I've actually started to wire some of those up. A lot of signals will get installed as well, and a lot of ballast. I've got a couple of products coming in, and that should help speed up the ballasting of this layout, so I'm looking forward to those coming in. So you're probably wondering about the raised section up here. So I'm going to stop the camera and clean off the top here and let you guys see what's going on with that. Okay, so what's going on with the raised section? So what we've decided to do is I'm going to have some custom-made catenary and scratch-built masts and wiring made up this year. I've started working on it. It's very time-consuming, so I'll probably do it in small sections. But basically, we're going to electrify at least these two outer lines, probably these the three lines, maybe all four. So that's actually why this is a little bit taller than you would expect. The plan is to put some of these wheels, girder, plate bridge, sort of sides all along the edge here. And obviously, in order for that to fit with the catenary overhead wires and the pantographs and so on, it needed to be that high. So that's basically the plan with that. If I move the camera here, you'll see that the HST actually is not in the tunnel section. It's coming along the outside, and if you look down here, there's an actual set of points that sort of goes off to the side. And so the idea is that what you're going to have here is off from this set of there's a set of points up here. Off of this line the HST is on, there's actually a fork, and it's going to basically take you as a sort of a flyover over kind of where the far end of the HST is. If I move the camera down this way, you might be able to see it. Yes, where the far end of the HST is, so like right before the last coach. It's basically going to kind of climb and basically go over the top of the 3 lines or 4 lines and meet up into the town section, which where the original raised section was. If I move the camera then up here, the plan is to have kind of a station area up here. Kind of over you see directly out this way. The idea is that we'll have some track that will basically loop, so it'll kind of leave the station here. It'll kind of go over the flyover section as it's sort of inclined, so it'll be relatively flat when this two kind of tracks go over this direction, and it's going to curve a little bit about halfway over there, and then go back into the kind of raised section that we're going to build over there to kind of mask the where the two back scenes connect, so like roughly here. So the idea is that there'll be 2 tracks on either side of a platform that allow just small commuter trains to go from here to the station over on the other side. And I'm going to probably automate that, so we'll have like maybe 2-car DMUs or a bubble car, 1-car sort of DMUs, and they're going to go back and forth automatically from this section to the other section, controlled by the Arduino. So this should be a fun project. I should be able to get I have the other section actually cut and the points marked in. I just have to drill the holes and kind of secure it down, so which is why it's not sitting over there right now. So that section should be finished. I need to cut sections for the race section over there, but if I move the camera right here, the idea is that there'll be a pair of tracks that will come off of this section right here, and the platform will actually probably be slightly angled off of this. So there's another kind of section of baseboard that needs to go in there. And there's going to be kind of a bridge section, and it's going to take it over to where that HST is, just above it, and then run all the way across to where the bridge is over there by the viaduct. And so the idea is that trains from viaduct over there and the other section of the layout will be able to come over the basically come over the layout by going over the bridge and the viaduct, go all the way down here, and then there'll be a set of points and some track work in the overhead section that will either take them here, take them to the other station, or take them down onto this flyover and back onto the layout on this end. So it should help not only make it a little bit more interesting, but also allow this sort of section to be a sort of a semi kind of urbanish sort of area with that kind of part of the city. I'm going to be doing a lot more work over on Chippenham Junction. There's the King's Road upper section that I need to finish, and quite some other details. The other thing I do, if I swing the camera over this way to the power station. So originally I was going to run some track and from the kind of far corner over there and run it along the wall to the power station for the MGRs. However, there's not quite enough room, and with the back scene it kind of looked a little out of place. Now here in the foreground, with all the Pendolino coaches, the idea was that there would be like a NCB kind of depot. So I've got quite a lot of NCB liveried wagons and rolling stock and some steam locos, as well as some diesel locos. So the idea was to kind of turn that into sort of a large sort of kind of coal yard or something like that. And the problem was how to get the coal from that coal yard to the power station. And what I ended up doing was did some research, and I stumbled across a power station in Wimbledon. I think it used to be on I think it was Durnsville Road or something like that, or Dunsford Road, and I think it's Durnsville Road. So this power station on Durnsville Road in Wimbledon. I'm probably butchering the names, so somebody please correct me. The interesting thing about that power station was that it actually had a set of tracks that kind of were in a flyover over some other tracks, and then it went into the power station itself to deliver, I assume, coal or something like that. I found quite a few pictures of it on Britain from Above, and a couple of other folks on Flickr had some really good kind of shots of the power station and this flyover. So what I'm going to do is kind of just for kind of visualization purposes, I put some cardboard boxes there, but basically there's going to be a section of power station probably to about there that's going to be scratch built. I've been sort of working on it on the computer, so I should be able to finish printing it out and do sort of a proper build of it here in a couple of days. But the idea is that that's going to be running along there, and then from the actual coal yard here we'll have a kind of an elevated section with a flyover that allows maybe 4 or 5 NCB wagons to be pushed into the power station for loading. So I think that'd be kind of cool. It kind of brings the power station into it and brings the sort of internal kind of yard sort of for the power station as well. So it kind of gives us some pretty cool stuff. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this section here. One thing I am doing, I did experiment with this over the holidays, and I think I'm going to be able to do it. You can see here there's a really big open gap, right? And so over on this side, right here, basically there's going to be a large bridge, large suspension bridge is going to go from here to there, and that's going to be about 6 or 7 feet long, and there'll be a whole scene for that built into here, and it's actually going to be built so that the landscape for it's going to be dropped about maybe 2 or 3 feet below the level of the baseboard, and so this is just a bridge that's running along flat with the baseboard. So it'll actually be a real bridge. You basically just kind of dropped the terrain on it. But this leaves me with kind of a huge gap here between the bridge and this section here, which I think is going to be some sort of small dairy. So I was thinking about this for a while, and one of the things I really wanted to add to the layout was a football pitch, like a proper association football, not the American stuff. Football pitch in there. Now, to do it properly, to do a proper full-on, full-size, 00 scale football bridge, football stadium, is going to take up a fair amount of space. I think just for the pitch, it would need to be 4 foot by 2 foot, and then the stadium and maybe the other parts around it would take up some more space. However, I do have enough space in here. Now, obviously, there's a guest bed that's sitting down there. So what I've done is I've tested out a system where we're basically putting the sort of a removable section of the layout. So it'll probably be about probably in 2 4-foot sections, maybe 4 foot by 4 foot, and what we'll be able to do is basically just drop those in there most of the time, and then when there's the odd guest, they can be lifted out and put somewhere else. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be the big project for 2016, is to start work on that football stadium. And in terms of teams getting to the football stadium, we obviously here right below, if I move the camera back here, basically right here, there's a station, and there's going to be some road and some other stuff, so there'll definitely be space there for putting in a football stadium. I think that'll be kind of cool. So that's basically the plans for 2016. Lots of work to be done, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So we'll be doing regular updates, and I'm off work now for another week or so. So I'll be getting cracking on this stuff as well. Now, if you happened to watch this entire video, and you're a subscriber to my channel, or if you're not a subscriber to my channel, you might want to listen up. So I'm about to give you a very good reason, or hopefully a good reason, to subscribe to the channel. I normally, when I get a new loco, I have some software. I basically use my phone, and I add sort of entries for inventorying the locos. And it's all web-based, and it's fairly cool. And so I've cleaned it up over the last couple of weeks, and it's probably going to take me another couple of weeks. But later this year, I'm going to make it available to the subscribers for free. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to log in to oorail.com and click on the sort of web app link, and from there you'll be able to sign in with your Google ID, and it's all authenticated through Google using their Google authentication system. And as long as you're a subscriber to the channel, it'll let you use the software, and as long as you stay subscribed, you can use the software. So that's the plan with that. So it's sort of like a little gift for the subscribers. So hope you guys will enjoy that, and I'll have some more information on that in the upcoming layout updates. And in case you wonder what this is actually part of a hockey stick. My kids play hockey, and you have to cut the hockey sticks. These are junior hockey sticks, so you have to kind of cut them to the right length for the kid, based on their height. So I have a whole bunch of these because the kids go through hockey sticks about once or twice a season. So I've probably got like 7 or 8 of these kind of offcuts, and so I figured that they're actually pretty handy. You can cut them to their exact length, and then kind of wedge them in like that. This section of the layout with the elevated track section, we're going to have a station on the top, like I said, some sidings on the bottom. This is going to be walled in. We'll use the scale scenes or model railway scenery textures, and we'll scratch build some stuff there. Likewise, the inside of the wall, so these will all be walled up when it's done. I'm thinking there may be a wall put in down through the center here as well to separate the track from the sidings. On the outside of this, on the bottom section, there's a bit of a gap, so if I swing the camera over here, you can sort of see where my phone is. There's a bit of a gap here. So here we're going to have a engine shed that goes the length of that baseboard, so it should be pretty nice. And I'll probably use the same style of engine shed that we have over on Chippenham Junction from Scale Scenes. Alright, so this video has turned out to be pretty long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll give you an idea of what to expect from the channel. I'm looking forward personally to the APT and getting this overhead section sorted out. Yep, so that's it for this video. So keep an eye out for the Workshop Wednesday video in a few hours, and you should also see the First Tech Thursday video as well. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.